Hi guys, Piotr here, this is Litefinance Global YouTube channel, and it's my pleasure to be with you again. Today we are going to discuss Bollinger Bands, and very similar to our previous meeting. I strongly encourage you, before you are going to risk real money, to go through, to do your own research, to do your own homework. Well, as you may know, most of the time I'm trading without any indicators, but I'm going to share with you two strategies been using by myself for quite some time, and one of that is based on the range trading, and the second one on the trend trading, and how can we use the Bollinger Bands. Okay, so the first thing first, you may want to use the Bollinger Band as it is here, and when it comes to the higher time frame or lower time frame, you may use just the one time frame and try to take the advantage of what you see, but that's the most common use of the Bollinger Band. I'm doing this stuff a little bit different, as you know, as many other things when it comes to the trading. So what I like the most, right, is when we have strong move into the one direction. In that case, we are going to discuss the trending examples, all right, of the Bollinger Band, and then I'm switching lower because I do day trading and trying to take the advantage of what I see. All right, so in that case, for example, I'm trying to take the advantage of, let's not move that far, because if we are going to switch lower, to have a possibility to, you know, to be on a smaller time frame. So in that case, we do have the break of the swing low, right? We do have the break of the swing low on that particular day, right? So for me, what I'm looking for is to try to find what is going to happen very next day. So what is going to happen on that particular day, being on a lower time frame. All right, I see that we got back towards the very important levels. We broke that levels. So let's have a look what we have when it comes to this particular day, trying not to go that far. Okay, so in that case, we are looking for what happened 18th of June. So let's switch lower. Let's have a look what we have on that particular day when it comes to the hourly chart. Right, that's the particular day, that's the 18, and that's what we have to the right side. Because of the whole price action to the downside, right? When we are talking about the Bollinger Band, I wanna see the strong move to the downside, and then I wanna see the market trying to test the midline. That's the standard setup when it comes to this indicator. All right, so let me show you. The interval is 20 and 20 and 2. All right, deviation, and in that case, okay, when I have downtrend when it comes to the Bollinger Band and market is going strongly to the downside, then what I wanna see is retest of the mid Bollinger Band, or even one candle close above, and if that's the rising candle, I'm going to take the advantage of the break to the downside of that candle, right? So let me explain you on that particular example. Of course, that's the Tokyo session. If you are trading the Tokyo session, that's the one thing, and if you are trading the European session, that was the another setup. But slowly, step by step, let's zoom that thing for you, all right? And let me explain for you. So finally, on the smaller time frame, on the bigger time frame, we were much lower, right? When it comes to the Bollinger Band, and waiting for the retest of the midline is gonna take some time. In that case, as I mentioned, I've been waiting for the market to trying to test the midline or even break and close, and with that particular candle, I'm looking for a sell below the low of that candle with the stop 1 or 2 pips above, all right? So that was the particular trade, and here I would be very careful because there was a lower shadow on the bottom of the Bollinger Band. It wasn't fully 3R, right? That would be my initial target 3R, but if I would see something like this, I would wait to see what's going to happen, especially that was the late Tokyo, beginning of the London, so that I would be very careful. And there is during the European hours, there is another rise, right? With that particular candle, the first thing first is to try to wait and trade break below the low, right? So quite significant distance. The next one, we are trying to hold above the Bollinger Band. The next one is a rising candle above the midline within the move to the downside. And if we would get another rising candle, all right, that would cancel the bearish scenario. As long as we didn't get, in my technique, as we didn't get second rising candle, sell below that low with the stop above, and 3R target would be the setup. So that's how I see the things when it comes to the trending Bollinger Band. And of course, would be opposite. I'm not sure if we are going to be able to find the rising, for example, right? Might not be that easy lately, but let's have a look what we have. There was a strong, you can use, I'm going to talk about this, you can use some kind of the support resistances. So that was the strong break. First pullback we didn't touch. The second pullback with the raising candle, that would be the, for example, setup when it comes to the trending Bollinger Band to the upside. Of course, I would prefer to see that on the daily and moving lower to the intraday chart to make day trades, but that's just to show you that that's working both ways. On the other hand, when it comes to the range trading, as I mentioned, I would like to see some kind of the range. It could be either within the big candle, right? So we are, for example, on 4-hour charts, we are trying to make the range trading within the one candle, all right? Or it could be from the higher time frame. It could be from the daily. When we, for example, are going to see some kind of the tests of the support or the resistance, especially when we are going to see upper shadow at the top band or lower shadow at the bottom of the band. So in that case, I'm going to try to visualize to you what I'm talking about. After a significant move to the upside from here, all right, so that was some kind of the, let me make it a little bit lower. Okay, after significant move to the upside, we finally seen the attempt to make the pullback. and then we have seen the price going after the pullback, the price going significantly higher. But on that move, it was the trending move. So moving lower, you would look for the trending and day trading on the smaller time frame. Then we broke through the significant trend line, right? And once we did it, right, that based on the price action, that was the resistance. But in that case, after the breakout, we were below the midline, so eventually there was a possibility to see some kind of the lower levels. So for me, from the eventually trying to take the advantage of the counter the move that the market is going to try to settle and calm down, right, I'm looking for the significant levels, right? So in that case, when it comes to the bottom, right, I'm looking for the market to trying to settle, right? So we've seen the price action reaction, right? Then we've seen market trying to stabilize, right? Same at the upside. So I would use the important levels, especially this next day rally, right, to try to take the advantage on the intraday perspective at the bottom to try to trade the range, right? And I would try to target from the daily chart perspective the resistance to the upside. And that would be hit. Now, there was a rejection day, all right? So immediately next day, I would look for possible price action to the downside based on the top Bollinger Band. So in other words, trying to visualize, I would look for something like this on the smaller time frame. Let's say that's the bottom, and I wanna that's the top, that's the bottom of the Bollinger Band. I wanna see the flat of that band, right? Top band, flat, all right? Some kind of the suggestion that we might see a little bit of the range trading, and then I'm going lower and trying to take the advantage of the lower and the higher band, not taking advantage as with trading. I'm taking advantage of the midline. With the range trading, I'm trading top and bottom of the band. With that being said, guys, strongly encourage you again, do your own research, do your own homework. That's it from me. Wish you great trading experience with Bollinger Bands. Thank you very much, take care, and see you around. Goodbye.